Good morning, everybody, and welcome. The uninformed fan, the boys are back, and we forgot how to work things. Jeff's dying over here.
I am a little bit.
And there we are. We are back. All right. The boys are back. Hey. You never know what's going to happen here in the offseason of football, but here we are, guys. We are locked in, ready to go. We got Masters recap to get to. We got MLB going on. We got NBA playoffs and whatever other shenanigans that we decide to throw in here. Jeff, you play before we get started. Jeff, you played fantasy baseball this year?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't need the attitude. It was just a question.
I'm just saying. I don't.
No. There was definitely a little bit behind that. Especially in the fact that it was about to be, I told you before, I'm never going to play that again. You know, I
have. It's not something that I enjoy. I don't enjoy waking up every day to look at pitching matchups and figuring out how to adjust my roster. I don't enjoy fantasy basketball. I'm good. I enjoy fantasy football. I love fantasy football. I have to set my lineup. I can make my moves.
All right. So hold on. Let's go back a second.
All the shit.
Do you not get on the fantasy football app every single day to check lineups and things of that nature to see who you should get or anything of that nature?
No, I don't get on every day, but I mean, I'm on there quite a bit just to kind of make sure I'm monitoring injury news, making sure waiver wire claims are submitted, looking at other people's rosters, seeing what's going on in terms of if somebody needs help somewhere and I might have a surplus of what they need, so on and so forth.
I'm just saying, it just seems like it's the same thing. Like, and now, especially with Yahoo, I like Yahoo better for baseball, but I like ESPN better for football. But Yahoo now has an assistant general manager when you can literally just push the button and it optimizes your whole week. And all you have to do is wake up, Jeff, and hit the optimization button, and you're good to go.
It sounds like a lot of fun. And I'm excited for you guys who are partaking in that to be able to have such a good time and be able to do that.
My team is so juiced, dude. So juiced.
Can't wait to hear about it.
It is. All right. Well, before we get into it, Jeffrey, how you been, bud? It's been a couple weeks here again. Apologize to all the fans out there that we didn't get in before the Masters recap. It's been just a hellacious week over here at the Thomas Memorabilia Enterprise. I don't know, and Jeff knows, I don't think, but for those of you who don't know, we started breaking on Whatnot. So we're doing breaks on Whatnot. So make sure to follow Thomas Memorabilia over there. Shameless plug. It's been going great. So we've been doing a break at night, packaging everything up to like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, sometimes going to the post office at 1 o'clock in the morning, rinse and repeat. Yeah. And I haven't got the sleep schedule down yet, Jeff. So you know me, I like my sleep, but I haven't been going to sleep till like 12 or 1, but I'm still waking up at 7 a.m. and it's just it's taking the toll. We're a little drained. And I do believe the day that we were out, when we got a little bit of a late green light for the text last week, we were actually in Castleberry at the card shop picking up Formula One cards for our break.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
been
as
going
long
good.
listen, if you're, I'm sure it's profitable for you, and God bless you and the family. Looks like you're losing a little bit of weight over there as well too. Looks like you're doing pretty well on your macros, and
Thank you.
your
It's all
gym
around my
sessions as
waist.
well.
Yeah, it's all around my waist.
No, we'll have to see that on the golf course here one of these days.
I'm down.
Make sure to try to get out there. It's been too long, for sure.
It certainly
Uh,
has.
You got anything coming up? I know we're off next week. I'm going to be in New Orleans. Obviously, the 3 times birthday is coming up here as well too. It's a crazy week actually. Our good friend Joe Corvelli. I know he's getting a lot better. He had some health concerns there for a minute. It's his birthday on Friday. My wife's birthday is the following Friday. So we're heading to New Orleans Sunday through Wednesday to go take some time and enjoy what do they call it, the Big Easy over there as well. So should be good. Have you been to New Orleans before?
I have not. I was going to. We were supposed to go to New Orleans. I do believe in like 2021, maybe.
Okay. Oh, that was the Baton Rouge, right? They were supposed to go.
Right,
For the
we're going to
LSU
the
game.
Gator LSU game, and they wanted proof of my COVID shots just to get in. And I don't care where you stand on it, if you have your COVID shot or not. I'm not going to tell you if I do or not, because it's my business. But at the end of the day, if you're asking for papers for me to enter a 60,000 person stadium, like, so yeah, oh man, I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole, Jeff. When supposedly just like that, right? So they said if you get the COVID shot, you can't catch it, you can't spread it, right? Okay. But then they come back and say, no, we never said that. Okay, so if that's the case, then why do I need a shot to go to a football game? Anyway, we had a whole weekend plan of it. We were supposed to stay in New Orleans. Closest I've been to New Orleans has been Biloxi, Mississippi. But I have driven through New Orleans a few times.
Nice. I do see there's a casino that's pretty close to there. Harris is right there, pretty close.
A lot of casinos everywhere around that turf.
Should be an interesting time. So looking forward to it. I already got a bunch of reservations booked, different places. Go eat some good food. Have a nice little lunch. That's colorful and fun. Love that. Well, how was your weekend? You get a chance to catch the Masters and see what was going on?
So Bianca's sisters both decided to arrive last weekend.
Beautiful.
Shout
out.
Always good to see SoCal and Steph over there, and OJ coming in from the pond over. So we had the big lunch at Chef's Arts on Saturday.
Homecoming, great spot.
No, I'm sorry, Sunday. It was Sunday.
Okay.
So I raced home immediately. They went to Epcot afterwards. I raced home immediately, and I had probably one of the most blissful Saturday. I didn't do anything. That was great. I rolled out the extra TV, Jeff. We've been looking at new houses, and I just don't know how I can move, dude. The setup is just impeccable. I mean, you got the big screen on the main coverage. I had holes 3, 4, and 5 on this TV. I had Amen corner on this one. Then I had 15, 16, 17 over here. I mean, just as much Masters as I could digest. And it was a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Beautiful weekend. Although I didn't really want Rory to win. Let's just go ahead and my whole thoughts on him and, the things. No. Yeah, you do.
Go ahead and tell me about your thoughts on Rory.
It's just the whole thing where he, the whole live thing where he, kind of dogged those guys for doing that and kind of, talk down to them. And, and then
now they're all coming back.
And then he retracted. And yeah, of course. Well, supposedly I have some inside information over here that supposedly this week, I believe, it's supposed to be a big announcement in regards to live. I think it's folding down.
I don't know how they can continue to operate how they are, but
the Saudis got endless pockets, so
that's very true. Well, I mean, it's interesting to see what's going on now, the way all that's kind of playing out. I thought it was a great tournament. I think I was telling you the pre-show I was sick for the most of the weekend, so I was just kind of laid up in bed. I'm binging shows and watching the Masters. It was a pretty glorious weekend actually. But I was really happy for Rory, man. Rory, I always get together with Chad before these tournaments start, and we talk about different guys that we liked, and we talked about lefties that we thought would be able to play well. That didn't come to fruition whatsoever. Akshay, I thought was going to have a chance to play really well. He played terrible. Bobby McIntyre was another guy who had been hot, a lefty coming in, great iron player, great short game player. You think, and he had been driving the ball well. You think he's coming into form. He's going to have a shot being a lefty as well, too, the way the course sets up. Absolutely terrible. But Rory was a fade. Rory was a guy that wasn't really on the board for a lot of people, especially at the
there's only been 3 back-to-back Masters winners
Right.
ever. So
Yeah.
it would,
the last one was what, Faldo? Faldo did it in 90, 91 or something like that. And then Freddie Couples wins in 92. But I mentioned this in the pre-show when we were talking about this. I thought it was Rory's Tiger moment in a sense. It was like he was just dominant, dude. And when he's on, we were talking about the fact that the first 2 days he was 12 under, right? And 91 people in the field, he was 90th in driving accuracy. And somehow he's still 12 under because he just hits the ball better. Now there's the whole narrative and story about him being able to take his PJ and fly there and fly back in the same day and be able to, have dinner with his family every single night. I don't really have a problem with that. I don't think that
I didn't know the story. Where does he live and where is he flying to?
He lives in Jupiter.
Okay.
So he's literally hopping on his PJ. I think the way he made it sound was that he was able to do it whenever he wanted to for about 3 weeks leading up to the Masters. So, and from other stories that I've gathered, he maybe in 3 weeks played Augusta 8 or 9 times. But basically he would fly up, play Augusta, have lunch, fly back, get back in time to, pick his daughter up from school and, call it a day. And so he was very, very prepared going into this. And I thought it showed. I thought he played great. And I thought it was a great moment for him. It just felt like that dominance that we used to see with Tiger is like when Rory's on, Rory's on. There's nothing you can do about it. He hits the ball too well. He hits his irons too well. If he's putting well, it's a wrap.
I just disagree. And I know you think it's because of my deep down hatred inside or my disdain for Rory, but that's not the case. I just feel like when Tiger was on, there was nobody that was touching him, and Rory, I guess Rory wasn't really on. I don't know. I mean, those first 2 rounds, he was on.
He wasn't on. We just said he wasn't on. He was 90th in driving accuracy.
Yeah, but he was 12 under.
But he was 12 under. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like how good he was able to play while still playing poorly, I thought was the measuring.
But then he shot even par the next 2 days. Theoretically, he finished 12 under.
And
he was down 2 to 3 shots at one point.
Yep.
And I'll say
shout out to Cam Young too as well. I mean,
Cam Young, Scotty.
Yeah, Scotty making a charge.
If Scotty gets out of the gate at all, he's running away with this.
But Scotty's thing too, where it seemed like a lot of like, the snapbacks at the reporters, the little things there. There was just something about it that just kind of.
Well, when you get arrested there, I mean,
touched me.
Have little.
He didn't get arrested there.
He got arrested at the Masters, didn't he?
No, he got arrested at the Open. Was it the Open or no PGA Championship? I think it was that he got arrested at. It wasn't the Masters, but it was just like these little snippets of comments and like, indirect shots at the golf course and how they set it up and yada, yada, yada. It's like, you're playing the same course everybody else is. I don't understand this, bashing the course, saying that, they're making it too easy or whatever. Like, you're playing the same fucking course everybody else is. It drives me nuts. So that rubbed me the wrong way a little bit, but I thought it was great. Listen, Rory back to back, and he's at how many majors now, Jeremy? Is that 6? 6. So, and you figure Rory's what, 40? Is he 40? He's younger than that. I mean, listen, I'm not saying it. I think he can catch Tiger for majors.
Rory's 36 years old.
36.
Yeah, 36 years old.
I think he can catch Tiger for majors.
He'll be 37 earlier. What does Tiger have? 7, 8, 12,
No.
15?
I think he's got 12, right? Jack has 15.
Jack has 18.
18. Jesus.
Yeah. So
And Tiger's got what?
I think that's
16?
pretty safe
15.
there.
He's got 15.
Tiger has 15.
Yeah.
Walter Hagen 11, Ben Hogan 9, Gary Player 9, Tom Watson, one of the more underrated, lovely super geek glasses.
Absolutely.
Always was a vibe.
It's crazy to see Rory, but Rory is in that mix.
Rory is tied with Phil Mickelson right now.
Yeah.
Did Phil play in this, by the way?
No, Phil did not play in this.
Why?
I thought there was like some family stuff going on or something like that he withdrew because of.
Did you see? I think I know 3 times typing. I'm gonna wait for. Oh, there it is. Family issues. What? Yeah. The swingers party didn't go the right way, or what's up? Somebody get his wife pregnant by accident? Oh, I kid, Phil. I love you. I think it was Mark Calcavecchia.
Yeah.
Was it Mark that got sent home because he pulled out his cell phone in the middle of a practice round?
Really?
Yeah.
When was this?
During the practice rounds of Augusta. He pulled out his phone. Yeah, I do believe so. Mark Calcavecchia.
Has Calc won a Masters?
Dude, Mark Calcavecchia is the man.
Bro, he shot 59. He's a scorer. He's a shooter.
Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Right here, Mark Calcavecchia. Okay. Let's go to his wins. He's won the Open Championship. Just give me his wins, bro. Yeah, how is he still playing in this?
Yeah, how is Mark Calcavecchia even invited to this?
He's yeah. I need answers.
Makes zero sense.
Maybe it wasn't him. It's got to be him. Let's see. Who was sent home from Masters for pulling out phone?
I just think it just seems like Rory's in a really good headspace right now. And he's just like super confident. Obviously, that drive on 18 was not confident.
Yeah. He was removed for violating Augusta National's no phone policy. How did Mark Calcavecchia
get invited to the Masters?
Get invited to Masters 2026. As an honorary invitee, as a privilege extended to past winners of major championships.
Oh, okay.
Wow. He Calcia received this record, though he was not in the tournament field as a competitor. I don't know what that means.
So you're there just like shoot the shit at a pro-am and like.
I guess, yeah, you get like a honorary invitee. So like when they're doing, this year, we'd like to honor Mark Calcavecchia, Farber 1989.
It's on the par 3 contest. I know he didn't shoot 59 at Augusta. I'm saying he shot 59 though in his career on the PGA Tour.
Crazy. Yeah, I mean, again, I thought that Rory did. I think this was probably a little bit even more impressive than his win last year, in my opinion, because to your point, he came out absolutely on fire, 6-shot lead. And all of my family was like, "Oh, well, he's going to run away with it." I go, "Absolutely not." I go, "You guys, this is Augusta. Like, there's the odds of you putting 4 rounds together like that are slim to none, and there's going to be an issue." And the fact that he not only held the lead or tied going after Saturday, when and then going down 3 strokes. But let me be honest. I mean, this was Justin Rose' tournament to win. I mean, he absolutely coming in just
50-something years old, right?
I was rooting for him, obviously, for the old guy. But yeah, I mean, he comes in, bogeys 17, bogeys 11, bogeys 12. I mean, coming off of 9, off of 4, 4 birdies out of 5 holes. And then he bogeys 11, 12, gets one back at 15, but then loses against 17. I mean, boom. You got to knock those out, bro. and I thought I was really rooting for him, even though I wanted an American to win. I don't know why. I feel like it's America versus the world these days, but I just wanted America to win. Sam Burns was definitely rooting for him. He kind of fell off the face of the earth there at the very end. Max Homa as well. I tell you, Scotty though, Scotty just impresses me, man. I mean, shoots 68 on the last round, 65 on round 3, after a 74 on his second round. You know, I mean, just the guy's nails, bro. The only person that beats Scotty is Scotty. I didn't see any of the comments that you said that you watched, but I don't watch press conferences either. Usually, what's over, I'm off. I'm on to something else. But I mean, at the end of the day, you got to give hats off to Rory, another back-to-back winner, and 36 years old. I mean, the amount of grays that he had on there, I thought he was my age. But I mean, to your point, the kid drives the ball a mile.
Yeah,
I think he had 350, 360 or something like that. I mean,
I just think the way he drives the ball and the way his irons are, and it's always been a head thing for him, right? It's always been he's in his own head, and he melts down in certain situations. And I think we've seen him stand up these past 2 Masters and kind of conquer that demon, get the monkey off his back, should you say. And I just think going forward, I could see him winning, going on a little run here.
So
obviously,
you think he's going to catch Tiger at 15 then? I mean,
I don't think it's
9 more.
I don't think it's crazy to say. I don't think it's crazy to say that he can catch Tiger.
All right, so let's do this. He's 36 years old. Let's give him the next 10 years.
Yeah, 1 a year.
Okay. So what 1 a year?
Yeah.
Wow. I would love to know, maybe 3 times. I would love to know in Tiger's heyday how many. I think maybe 2 a year was the max, or did he win 3? He won 3 in 1 year. He almost won all 4, right?
Because he won the Grand Slam, but he did it in a calendar year. It wasn't in the same actual year. It was they were separate PGA Tour seasons, basically.
Yeah, well, everybody's off for him, so whatever. Jeff, I see you're wearing your Orlando Magic shirt today. That must mean that you're excited for the playoffs. Every time, obviously,
playoffs?
I don't follow NBA a whole lot, and then we get into the playoffs and kind of pay attention a little bit. But everything I see coming out of the Magic, there's nothing positive, man.
No,
there's absolutely nothing positive.
No,
I've already seen reports that if they get bounced, that there's a certain star player that's going to demand the coach be fired or he's traded.
Yeah,
I don't think that's the kind of cohesiveness that you want going into playoffs.
Well, there's been a lot of unacceptable things that have happened. First of all, this entire season has been unacceptable. People want to say injuries or whatever it is. Other teams have injuries. Other teams go through certain things as well too. Now they do win 45 games. That's great. 45 and 37. It's crazy to think that like 45 and 37 in the East is now the 8 seed, right? Where
when you got the Bulls in that same conference, I mean, my God.
Well, but look at last night's game, right? You have Charlotte and Miami, an amazing game, right? I know we'll get to it in a second. But I just think the East is much tougher top to bottom now in terms of the quality of teams that they have there, as opposed to the West. Look at the West, you got the Warriors playing in the 9-10 game tonight, and they're playing the Clippers. And I think the Warriors are like 5 games below 500 or something like that. So I just think the quality of teams has been much better this year in the East than it has been prior. Also, like, these are NBA players. They go play the Celtics on Sunday, and they have to win to be able to get a home game against the 76ers, which would have happened yesterday. It's happening today because of they're playing in Philly. Now the Flyers had a game last night. They had to kind of readjust things. But you go out and you're playing a Boston team that is not playing 6 of its top players. And you decide that Desmond Bane has played 82 games, and you're going to start Desmond Bane, right? He's going to play 6 minutes in the first quarter. But this is going to be such a cakewalk that you're not going to play him anymore the rest of the game. Until the fourth quarter, where you realize, oh, we're getting our ass kicked now. We got to put Desmond Bane back in as a last-ditch miracle hope thing that maybe he can bring us back. I think from a coaching perspective, it has been atrocious this year. I think Jamal Mosley has absolutely lost the team. That all being said, it feels like they have been gearing up for this moment right now. My only problem with it is that you've had all these guys who have been hurt. You are 100% healthy. There is nobody on your team that is going to have an injury designation going into tonight.
Mo's back?
Mo's been back.
Nice.
They haven't been playing him at all.
I saw that he's gotten benched or something like that.
He has been a DNP coach's decision like 9 games in a row. When
He's
you're
like the heart
looking
and soul of that
for
team.
energy and heart, you're not playing your energy and your heart. I'm going to fucking lose my shit here. There's just so many decisions. And now we've gotten to a point where, okay, everybody is healthy now. But now you have not reintegrated anybody into any rotation whatsoever. So now we're going to have a learning curve of a few games to try to get guys back and used to playing with each other. It's asinine to me the way that they have handled this entire situation with guys coming back and getting healthy, waiting to the very last minute, not trying to get your rotations together and get people playing with each other. I think Franz, Jalen, and Paulo have played something like less than 20 games in the past 2 years together, and now
Franz has been hurt most of the year, right?
Yeah, but he's back and he's been back. And then they'll play him one game, they'll bench him the next game. There's no continuity.
Well, Jeff, you can't risk him getting hurt again.
It's just it's asinine. I don't want, and it should be a good game tonight. They are 1.5 point underdogs going into the night against Philly. This is absolutely a game the Magic should win. Joel Embiid is out. He had a appendicitis, an appendectomy that he got last week.
Bro.
He's out for a couple weeks, at least through the play-in tournament, no matter what happens. So listen, you got to go out. You got to win tonight. If you don't win tonight, then Sixers have the 7th seed. They're going to go play the Celtics, right? You're going to have a game against a red-hot Charlotte Hornets team that you haven't played great against this entire year. And, yeah, you're going to get them at home, but what is that going to look like? So
is it double elimination or single elimination?
For the 7 and 8 teams, it's double elimination.
And the Heat was 10. So let's get into that. So the Miami Heat taking on the Charlotte Hornets last night, falling 126 to 127. The big news here, obviously, is LaMelo Ball reaching out and tripping up Bam, who hits the deck hard and does not play for the second half.
Yep.
From my understanding, I didn't see it. Obviously, I was doing my thing at work, but I did. From my understanding, they didn't even review it.
No.
I just don't understand. I did see a little bit of his press conference that I hit my head. I didn't know exactly where I was or what. I'm like,
pull up the clip.
I saw the clip.
The clip is atrocious, and it's also the second time this year that he's done some BS like that against the Miami Heat. I think that he should be suspended. I think one thing that Philadelphia fans and Magic fans can agree on before the game starts tonight is that LaMelo should be suspended for the next play-in game, and we'll go from there. Now, I don't know if Kobe White's been on fire, but it was a completely dirty play.
Another former Bull. So the Bulls, and we'll get to that in a second.
And they won without Con Canupo doing absolutely anything last night. I don't think Con had a point last night. I think he was, or maybe he hit some free throws, but he was definitely like 0 for 7 from 3-point land last night. So just
I guess we're just not going to show the clip there.
Yeah, the Miami Heat being the 10 seed at 43 and 39 this year. Pretty crazy. Let's see. Con Canupo, 6 points, 0 for 6 from 3-point land. So pretty crazy. Yeah, the Miami Heat, 43 and 39, and then you have the Golden State Warriors are 37 and 45 in the 10 seed.
The fact that you just can't even find the clip of this, just the clip, is just asinine to me.
Crazy.
And then not only that, you get on YouTube and like you can't even mute the commercials. They're on like volume 5,000, like blowing out my eardrums right now.
So what is this breaking news from the 3-time here? Live players awaiting their fate after emergency meeting in New York City. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, yeah. The only ones that are awaiting their fate are the non-big boys. The rest of them have gotten paid. So I mean, who cares? I can't find this clip, and I'm getting pissed off.
All good.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of alluded that before. I think Liv's going to dissolve. They're I know that them and the PGA have already been having talks for like a year. It's the right thing to do. I mean, I enjoy what Liv brought to the table. I think that it made the PGA up their game. And for the players that were sit there pointing fingers at these guys and being like, you guys are traitors I think you should be thanking them because it made the PGA increase purse sizes, brought more attention, brought a more relaxed atmosphere in certain tournaments, which now you're starting to see. Look at the improvements from the Waste Management Open. That to me is a direct reflection of Liv and the things that they've had. There's music on that hole as well. Now they did scale it back a little bit. Obviously, there's no more beer being thrown on the course. From my understanding, do they also just not serve alcohol on that section anymore or something?
At what?
At the Waste Management.
They absolutely serve alcohol. They absolutely will still throw beer if somebody makes a hole in one.
No, they get kicked out for that now.
Oh
yeah, they stopped that after the one where they had to stop for like 45 minutes to clear up all of the cups and everything. Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think Liv, for especially for the people on the PGA, I think especially the biggest beneficial of the Liv were obviously Brooks, Bryson, Phil. This is gonna sound surprising. Rory and Tiger.
Yeah, for sure.
Why Rory and Tiger? Well, Rory and Tiger all of a sudden got their own indoor little thing or whatever they're doing. They have their own section of the tournaments now. They're doing their own whole separate thing that's involved with PGA. Those guys all made millions off of that. Now for the Brooks and they got the $100 million up front. Congratulations. I could care less what they say. And this is one of the things I didn't understand about Rory. Okay, Rory, you got your money and you got your bag and you did it the right way by winning tournaments and putting yourself in the spotlight. But if somebody's going to give me a shortcut to $100 million and basically just say, hey, I need you to come over here and play golf for 3 years. Oh, by the way, you're still going to be eligible for a $5 million purse with a field that's 25% of what you face against the PGA. Like, what? And I could also understand Tiger turning down $1 billion. All right, $1 billion. Let's talk about that, $1 billion. But he's also close to $1 billionaire already. And Tiger has already cemented in his legacy, which we can talk about. I never thought we'd go back to this much golf, but here we are. Tiger's legacy was already pretty much immortalized by that point. There was no need to go to Live because he didn't need another $1 billion. He already had $1 billion. Right. And through his sports and his clubs and his course designs. And, that brings us to another point here. The fact that once again, he crashed his car high on hydrocodones, not even oxys. He didn't even have the good stuff.
Rookie.
Like, give me a break, bro. Like those hydrocodones, they're called biscuits, bro. They're like 5 to 10 milligrams. They're not messing up anybody. And I don't think that that's why he crashed. I think he was on his phone, which is what he said. But he crashes again. He obviously learned from the last time, refused to give a P test. Good job, Tiger. Obviously, he blew, knowing that he was going to blow, but they did find 2 hydrocodones in his pocket, which I'm sure are prescription. But I don't know, bro. Now he's stepping away golf to seek help. I mean,
going to rehab.
I mean, there's no way he's not getting off of him. I'm just going to tell you that right now. He's not getting off of him. The guy has enough money. He can get him prescribed. He can have a driver. He can do anything. And if he's in probably a quarter of the pain that I think that he's in, he's not going to get off him because he can't. You guys don't understand the public or whoever's saying he needs help. You guys don't understand what it's like to try to function with a back that is like seriously just pain 24/7. Not only that, but try to be a professional golfer on top of it. There's nothing that this golf world wants to see more than Tiger Woods coming back. That was the headline going into the Masters the entire time. Is Tiger going to be back? When Tiger comes to an event, it's like LeBron going to a basketball game. Everything sells out. Everything instantly becomes more expensive. It's just the way it is. He's not going to get off of him. So the fact that he's stepping away from me, that's just peer pressure. I don't know. Like, maybe that was part of his plea deal. I don't know. But like, he doesn't need to go to rehab because he ain't going to get off of him. Into discussion. But Jeff, let me ask you this. He wrecks his car again. Is he starting to tarnish his own legacy?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even the fact that I'm sitting here mentioning that I thought that Rory can take over Tiger in terms of majors. Like I'm having these thoughts are creeping into my mind that Tiger is no longer the greatest golfer of all time. Which is something that I believed for a long time. But I don't know. It's a lot of moving parts, honestly.
I'm sorry. You know when you also look back, Jeff, because you always like to bring this up to me, like who did Michael Jordan beat? Well, he beat plumbers. You like to throw that argument. Have you ever gone back and looked at the fields that Tiger Woods played against in some of these tournaments?
I mean, yeah, it's crazy that he was able to beat Ernie Els and Vijay Singh. God bless him.
Hey, first of all, you will not talk bad about the Big Smooth, okay?
Big Easy,
you will,
right?
You will not talk bad about him. But I just think back, like, he had the big one against Larry Mize, and who was the guy that I said earlier? I can picture his name now, but I can't. It's just when you look at some of the field, right? It's just
Marco
like
Mera, man, really was really
that's the difference in golf,
there.
right? That's the difference in golf. These aren't pinnacle athletes, right? They're not going to go and give you 45 minutes on the court, right? I mean, John Daly, classic. You can't pull fat.
Can I tell you the wildest thing about the whole Tiger situation? Right. And as soon as this happened, I'm texting you. I'm like, he's not getting charged. He's not getting a DUI. Nothing will come of this. They have no proof of anything. Because
he's going to lose his license for 6 months.
Yeah, whatever.
Who cares?
Stop driving. Like, take whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Stop driving. Who cares? But one of the funniest parts, and obviously it's funny because nobody got hurt and there was not a tragedy that's involved. But being on the phone and having the cop tell you to get off the phone and you being like, sorry, I was on the phone with the president right there,
was he on
hilarious.
The president of the United States or the president of the HOA?
I felt like it was Trump. He was like,
Daddy, help me.
Don, I don't know what they're talking about, dude. I rolled the car. Send somebody, make a phone call. But just absolutely, somebody sent me that. It was like, when your wife tells you to get off the phone at dinner, and you're like, sorry, I was on the phone with the president. My bad.
You one of those, like,
yeah, it's hilarious.
All right, back to business. Let's get back to NBA. So yes, the Miami Heat do take down the Charlotte Hornets, but we just talked about, Melo tripping, Bam goes out. I think it was at the whole second half, right?
Yeah, he didn't come back.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have one of your best players out. That's going to affect some things. Spo, I will give him credit. Spo's one of the best coaches I think that's around in the NBA. He made no excuses. He said, yeah, you know what? We didn't have him, and that definitely affected us, but we had our opportunities. We had our opportunities, not have the turnovers and stuff. And so the Charlotte Hornets are moving on. The Miami Heat are going home.
Yep.
Miami Heat now look to be going full court for Giannis. So we'll see what happens there. The Portland Trailblazers take down the Phoenix Suns to move on. Yeah, and Portland's this was something that affected the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls now also for their 2026 pick with that trade are going to get a first round pick. And I say congratulations, even though they're going to screw it up from Denny Avdija. Avdija.
Yeah. What did my boy call him yesterday? Christian is hilarious. He said something. Let me see if I can find this real quick.
Yeah, so the Bulls end up getting a 2026 first round pick. I don't know what the hell that means. The Bulls are just shambles, man. They traded away everything. Love to see Jeremy. I don't know if you've seen Ayo Dosunmu, former Illinois guard that went to Chicago, was doing pretty well there coming off the bench. Is actually tearing it up in Memphis. If you're looking for any of his rookie cards, talk to your boy.
Heard it. Yeah, I forget what they called him, the Hebrew Jesus. Anyway, he's Christian's out of pocket. Pretty funny though, but yeah, shout out to Denny. Denny had a great game, and he's been amazing all year. He's just been out in Portland. People don't really pay attention, but I tell you what, getting guys like Drew Holiday in there are culture changers, right? The Atlanta Hawks bring in a CJ McCollum, and all of a sudden you see what they're able to do. Oh, is this it? Do we finally have it?
There it is. Damn, man, you got get a little more meat on that butt, Bam.
Rewind it all the way if you can. There you go.
Nah, he swiped, dude. That's
I
a
mean,
swipe.
he
I know
absolutely
he hit
swipes.
and he lifts right on the tailbone.
It's dirty. It's a dirty
Can't
play.
pull fat. Need a little more cushion down there.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So tonight you have, obviously we said Magic and Sixers. Obviously not an elimination game, but you don't want to get down to one game against the Charlotte Hornets. I can tell you that. And then you have the Clippers and the Warriors playing tonight as well, too.
Is Steph playing? Is Steph back?
Yeah, he's been back.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that's definitely something to look for there. I mean, 5.5. I mean, against the Clippers, give me the Warriors plus 5.5 there.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of like him on the money line as well, too. I don't know. I think the Warriors, they've been playing they were playing good without Steph. Now you added Steph back in. They've, kind of been playing a little bit better. So I don't know. I kind of like the way it's all going to kind of play out for them. What do you think about the rest of these series that we have going on?
I'm actually bringing it up right now. I'm trying to find a nice bracket format.
They're terrible.
Why can't we just find things, Jeff?
It's diabolical. You can just go to playoffs bracket on the.
I got you.
Some of these things are still yet to be decided. I think. Listen, I think the Trailblazers and Spurs matchup is actually going to be decent in terms of the way that they're going to be able to throw. They can throw bodies at Wemby. Like they have Klingon. They have some bigs there. Jeremy Grant, Tumani Kamara are going to be kind of X factors playing the Spurs. They don't really. I mean, unless Harrison Barnes is going to match up on both of them, that's going to be a mismatch that the Trailblazers are going to be able to take advantage of, in my opinion. And obviously, you got Drew Holiday, one of the best defenders, to go along with Scoot Henderson in the backcourt, be able to kind of take care of Castle. I kind of like the over in that. I don't know where the pricing is going to be for the series, but anything, I'll take over 5.5 games in that series going forward. Nuggets Timberwolves, I think, is going to be another good one as well too that you have. It feels
I'm looking forward to Spurs Nuggets round 2.
Don't sleep on the Timberwolves, man. Anthony Edwards has been kind of gearing up to come back.
I just said Ayo Dosunmu has been doing absolutely lights out for the Timberwolves.
Since they got him, what he's been doing in terms of pushing the pace and the tempo and getting them out and running has been really, really good. So it's
really nice to see all former Bulls players on playoff teams flourishing. It really is. Yeah, Kobe White, Ayo, Denji, a few of the others that are out there. Vooch, obviously, on the Celtics. You literally have all the starting 5 that the Bulls let go are all in the playoffs.
Obviously the Pistons, and we don't know who the Pistons or the Celtics are going to be matching up against. This Knicks Hawks series, though, to me is going to be really good as well too. I like Atlanta there. The only problem is that I don't know. I don't know how you're going to be able to guard Karl Anthony Towns. But from the other perspective is like, man, you got, McCollum, and you have, Jalen Johnson is just so good. Dyson Daniels is just a great defender. They got so many different guys on the Hawks that have performed this year. It's a sneaky thing. I think that series probably goes 7 games. Cavs Raptors.
Can we talk about this, Jeff, as well, real quick?
What?
I'm seeing game 1 Nuggets Timberwolves Prime Video.
Yeah.
Over here at Cav Raptors Prime Video. Knicks Hawks Prime Video.
Yep.
Can we stop this nonsense?
It's the only one they don't have Prime Video, right?
Who?
One of the only ones they don't have Prime Video on right there.
Which one?
That 4-5 in the West.
ABC? Yeah, shocker, huh? Shocker, because that's ESPN money.
Hey, man,
I mean, can we just real quick? I'm sorry. I'm gonna do my old man rant here again.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is ridiculous, bro. When we started out in life with the UHF VHF on the turn dial and 6 channels, we were able to watch at least playoff basketball nationwide.
Yeah.
At minimum, you were able to watch your hometown teams. WGN, had the Cubs, the Bulls, the Bears, what the frig, bro? the NFL's being sued. I know we kind of talked about this a little bit. The NFL's being sued right now for the amount of subscriptions that you have to have because they are Netflix, Peacock, Amazon Prime, and there's like 5 different apps that you have to have that aren't on regular television.
How can they be sued for that?
Because there's something. You know what? Let me bring it up. There's something about
they're not funded by the government. They're not like
something about their broadcast rights.
Okay. I do want to get to this 4-5 matchup in the West, though.
Talk to me, Goose. All right. So real quick, though. The NFL is facing a Department of Justice investigation in recent antitrust litigation over its television broadcast rights and streaming category strategy, which critics allege forced fans to pay excessive costs to watch games. Key issues include the shift of games to streaming services like Amazon Prime, Peacock, and a 2024 jury ruling, now in appeal, found that the league violated antitrust laws with its $1,000 plus to watch an NFL season on cable streaming and the Sunday ticket package. You know what? Finally, the government is working for the people. Finally. Thank you. All right, back to this.
I'm sure when the DOJ finds the NFL, that money will get redispersed to the fans.
Yeah, it's going to go to Mar-a-Lago improvements.
Yeah, exactly. Privately financed.
All right, which 4 or 5? Are we talking about Lakers, Rockets?
By the way, did you see this guy post a picture of him as Jesus?
He said he wasn't, but yeah, I did see it.
Okay. Did you see the picture?
Yes.
The fact that he said that,
but also there's two different pictures too.
A Red Cross worker.
No, yeah, he said that. Yeah, he was a doctor. I mean,
what are we doing,
bro?
Unbelievable.
What do we got? 2 more years. We got 2 more years.
That's exhausting, dude.
It really is.
I don't know if we're making it there. I don't.
At this point, dude. Whatever.
I'm good, bro. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Just
put in AD. Put in Ron.
Take him away. Give me Rubio. Give me somebody else, bro. I'm so done with it, dude. Shut
the fuck up,
please, God.
For the love of everything, and stop, bro. Like even your most. I've never been a loyal. Like to me, if you're loyal to a politician, you're an idiot.
You're an idiot. Yeah,
you're an absolute idiot. I'm not loyal to anybody. I'm loyal to one person. That's JC. And if you start depicting yourself as JC, I got issues.
I thought it was.
I got issues with you, bro.
BG.
Like, huh?
Or BJ. Bianca Janetta?
No. No, one person. That's JC up there. Yeah, it's exhausting. I think that's just the best way to put it. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. You can do all the right things, and then you do something. I'm just like, dude,
shut up.
Like, I don't need you tweeting about a world war and saying that you're going to obliterate everybody if they don't listen to you and they're making a big mistake. Like, dude,
every day. Just shut up.
Somebody take the phone away from him.
Like, aren't you know what's going to happen? Not know how to tweet? You know,
he's got an ego complex, dude. This was a big reason why a lot of people didn't want to vote for him.
We knew he was a narcissist,
and rightfully so. And I think we saw a modified version in term 1 because he needed to get reelected. Well, now that he's gotten reelected term 2, it's just no hold bars because what are you going to do? I don't have to run for election again. In the meantime, he's absolutely destroying the Republican Party. Absolutely destroying it.
Probably a good thing, though. I mean, like,
not really.
Yeah, but like that half of like the cult following is like something that.
But that's the problem is he's not, because there's people like me that are like considered responsible Republicans is what I like to call it, that don't follow a leader blindly and have common sense to say that's not right. Or Democrats, that's a proposal that I can get behind. Like there's people like us that are now maybe not quite as strong as me, but moving over to the Democrat side. I mean, we saw Palm Beach for the first time ever. A Democrat was elected their mayor. Yeah. And same thing in Sarasota. And bro, like, again, it is what it is. I hate that I have to think about politics anymore, dude. I got enough problems trying to fill up my gas tank, put food on the table, get my dogs insulin, get my dogs special food, please my wife, take her on vacations, do this, that, and the other, and worry about whether or not this dickhead's going to make stupid Jesus Christ analogies that questions my faith and everything else that I got. It's exhausting, bro. It's absolutely exhausting.
So
Go away.
speaking of Jesus Christ, I want to talk about LeBron James playing the Houston Rockets.
That is just absolute blasphemy. Wow. Okay. That's between you and him.
He doesn't have trouble pleasing his wife, Jeremy. Anyway,
yes, I do.
It's focused on. No, I think this is really interesting because I think the Rockets might be one of the weakest teams. Jesus Christ!
But no Luka, right?
No Luka, no Austin Reeves.
Yeah, no way. No. Is he going up against Kevin Durant?
Okay.
Did I watch somebody? I saw
LeBron
this video.
hasn't been better than Kevin Durant his entire career.
I saw this video the other day of somebody that LeBron's game like 2 days ago. It said LeBron James getting locked up by a rookie on a 10-day contract, and I watched him just strip him a couple times. Like, I mean, LeBron's 41, bro. He's not the same guy that he used to be.
I know.
So if you double LeBron, who's going to save you for the Lakers now?
You're going to need a Luke Kennard, Marcus Smart, Rui Hachimura, Jake LaRavia,
Bronny James.
Ayton. I didn't mention Bronny James, but he is on the team. Getting some burn because of their lack of depth at the guard position and being down those two ball handlers. So, yeah, I mean, naturally, Bronny's going to fit in there. I'm just going to say this. I think that LeBron is going to take this. Like, I would take the over on this series in terms of amount of games. I know that the Rockets are they're like minus 600, and the Lakers are plus 425. I wouldn't bet the plus 425, but I would bet the over 5.5 games. Because if I know one thing about LeBron, it's that he knows how to win these series sometimes. And I think
act like you got LeBron on the flip phone, bro. No.
Following LeBron for his entire career, and watching the way that he is able to dictate these series a lot of times, I just think there's going to be some games where it's going to be a blowout and they're going to pack it in. It's going to be 20 points at halftime. He's going to play 5 minutes in the third quarter, and then that's going to be it. Pack it in. We're going to regroup. We'll come out next game and try to figure it out. But I think it's literally going to be one of those situations where they're just going to kind of pick their spots and try to win certain games.
Let me ask this question again. I don't follow NBA a whole lot, but the Rockets were absolutely loaded with rookie talent and young talent before they got Durant. I think they gave up a few pieces to get Durant, but they still have like Amen Thompson.
They do.
I do. They've got like 2 or 3 really good people to go along, and they're deep. Correct.
Jabari Smith, they have as well too. Tari Eason, as well. I
just don't see how the Lakers can
Reed
keep up
Shepherd,
with them over the duration.
I don't think, and I think Ime Udoka is a little bit overrated as a head coach. I don't think KD is what he was before either. But let's be honest, the 2 best players on the court this series right now are Kevin Durant and LeBron James.
Which if you're a Lakers fan, that can't feel good.
Well, I would take LeBron over KD right now.
KD gives me Jokic. I want to go play with my horses rather than play with basketball vibes. Like Durant seems like maybe that Kyler Murray Call of Duty. Like he just wants to be on Twitter and just have Twitter wars with people.
You couldn't be farther from what it actually is. Durant just wants to play basketball.
Well, that's why I don't watch NBA.
That is all he wants to do is just hoop. He could care less. He doesn't have a girl. He doesn't have a significant other. He doesn't have any hobbies. All he does is
maybe as a guy.
I don't think so. But all he does is play ball. That's just who Durant is. I just think this is going to be.
He does have one of the best nicknames in sports, the Durantula.
Easy money sniper as well too. Pretty good.
Yeah, Durantula, bro.
If LeBron wins this series by himself,
very impressive, but no.
I know
what you're going to say.
Does he move into number 2 all time for you?
I think he's already solidified number 2.
Okay.
I obviously the Kobe in there is, an argument. But again, I've always said it before. It's just different times, man. There's no doubt that LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of his generation, of anybody that played on the court with him. No question about it. I and to your point of what you before, I just don't. I don't think you can compare generations. I don't think it's fair to the generations. But yeah,
well,
there's no
obviously,
doubt.
because you wouldn't want to do that.
I mean, if that's the case, then Wilt Chamberlain's the greatest basketball player of all time. There's people with.
Well, no, I don't think it's Wilt. I think you could make an argument for Kareem. Most accomplished. High school championships, college undefeated.
Did Magic Johnson win in the college and pros as well?
Well, yeah, but I'm like Kareem. I don't know. I think
I see what you're saying. It's just one of those things. Like, first of all, I know LeBron cares. Jordan doesn't give a shit. You can just read it on his face. He doesn't give a shit. He just does it. Every time the question comes up, he's just like, whatever. I'm a billionaire. I go fishing. I do this. I have my own golf course, bro. Okay. I'm the greatest, right? Whatever. I don't play basketball anymore. Like, why am I in the conversation anymore? I don't play basketball. Now you got LeBron up there that says I'm the greatest player that ever played. I mean, that's just two different personalities, two different types.
Sure.
And I think that's where a lot of people with LeBron just kind of, I think that's what turns off people about LeBron, especially when Jordan was playing. Jordan would always just say, and he was the one that said, you can't compare me. I think that's disrespectful with the previous generations. And you ask LeBron, and he's like, I'm the greatest that ever played. So, yeah. But anyway, if he does beat the Rockets, though, man, that's going to be an absolutely amazing feat.
At 41 is crazy. Also, the other thing is, too, is like he doesn't look like he's slowing down. Like, there's nothing that's a part of me that says he's retiring next year. He looks like he can play another 3 years.
He could, but I think at the same point, you got to get to the Max Verstappen type mentality. Is like, I don't want to be racing cars when I'm 45. I'm already, 100 million or whatever. Like, I'm going to go enjoy life. I'm going to enjoy it with my children, with my family. But then I also understand, like, somebody like LeBron that is just completely entrenched, right? He is the NBA, and he can pretty much do whatever he wants. And let's be honest, he's looking out for Bronny.
And he's also going to own that team in Vegas as well, too.
Well, I think if that's the case, if he probably gets a piece of that expansion, that'll probably be it. Yeah. If he doesn't get a piece of it, he might play again.
From what I understand, he's already getting a piece of it.
Well, then good, yeah, whatever. I don't know. Like I said, just an accomplished career, man. The guy's a billionaire.
It's crazy.
I've always said it before. Like, whatever you want to say about him on the field, off the court, the dude is, you say whatever. He's never been in a public scandal. He's had a couple incidents with fans, whatever. It is what it is, man. To me, you hand a young man at 19 years old, hundreds of millions of dollars, whatever he had, or basically a blank check. He didn't go blow it. He invested it. He had, good people around him that helped him to be able to invest that money. Nothing but kudos for him, man. I know he tried the school in Ohio that didn't necessarily work, but
it worked.
It's still going on.
Yeah, but it's like the lowest. I don't want to talk. While you're doing it, let me look this up real quick.
Go ahead. It is kind of crazy that he's gonna. Record-wise, as much as he continues to go and play, it's just like these are going to be untouchable forever. And I think
nobody's played this long.
Yeah, and it's wild too that, like, Jordan's not going to have any records. He'll always have the 6 for 6. He'll always have greatest player
6-0 in the finals.
Yeah, 6 for 6. Yeah. Greatest player of all time, attached to his name.
2 repeats.
Yep. But like in terms of like the record books, in terms of like scoring or
but if you listen to Jordan back in the day, Jeremy Contessa, Jordan didn't care about any of that. He even said, he goes, I could care less about a scoring title. I'm here to win championships, and that's it. It's not about me. It's not about my scoring, whatever. I'm here to win championships. That's
why he brought in the players that he brought in.
I could care less about any other record. He just wanted championships.
Yeah, I understand that.
To me, like I said, also, I don't know, was HGH around when Jordan was in? Because, maybe he'd still be playing.
Until that 30 for 30 drops and tells me that LeBron is tied to, what's the
clear and the cream?
Sorry.
No, what's the what was
Barry
the
Bonds guy?
Balco, or what was the
Oh,
what was the
Balco, yeah,
name of
Balco with Barry Bonds. Balco, yep.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. And you know what? To me, let him do it, bro. We're getting to see great basketball at 41, but it's also a different game. To your point, more athletic players, but it's not intense from start to finish. It's just not. Like you
No.
watch, a lot of times they don't even come down the other side of the floor. Now,
Yeah,
of
the
course,
regular
that
season
happened
product
before.
has been just watered down to a point where the regular season does not matter whatsoever.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about, the LeBron James Promise School. This is not a dig. With significant academic challenges with 2024-2025 report card showing proficiency rates only around 10%, ranking the lowest in the state. Despite intensive support from 2023, eighth graders hadn't passed a state math test since 2019. The school aimed at risk student focused on holistic innovation-based education.
I don't think that they're going and like recruiting these kids to come in. I don't think it's like we're taking the creme de la creme in here.
It's underprivileged children.
They
shine, but like, again, I give him more kudos for. I mean, he's done some good stuff, and maybe he's the devil, maybe he's a demon. I have no idea. Maybe this is just a front. I don't know.
Maybe he drinks baby's blood. I don't know.
On the surface though,
Pizza Gate,
good, man. Pizza Gate,
whatever, man.
Pizza Gate, absolutely.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Just been there.
I've never been to a Diddy party.
Look at that free. Oh, did you see that free scam on that
right there? Yeah, that
we started. We started talking about demons, and all of a sudden, Jeremy's face blurs. Yeah. That's wild, boys and girls.
Jay, when's the birthday, bro?
Saturday.
All right.
Yep.
What do you got planned?
It's Orlando City's playing, and my favorite player and friend of mine, Robin Janssen, is back. Came back on Sunday. I had a nice Sunday as well. Got to watch the Masters after playing a round of golf in the morning.
Oh yeah, I got a question about your golf match.
Yeah.
What is this story that was briefly mentioned and then taken away from us? The fisticuffs on hole 12.
Oh. Yeah.
All right.
Completely forgot about that.
I got you, Ty.
Ian dropped a little nugget. It was the 3-time and who?
Me, Ian, Buff, and
Buff. It was you and Buff that got into it, right?
Correct. And Shay.
All right. No more interruptions.
Shay was there, yeah.
Well, I'm sure Shay, had Jeremy's back.
So we played at Hawks Landing.
Okay.
Sophia got us a tea time, got us a little discount. Thank you for her.
Sophia's on the cart. No, she was not on the cart. That's
not
involved.
on the cart. She was not on the cart that day, unfortunately.
Why don't you just text Kevin?
Kevin was at the Masters.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we teed off at 8:40 in the morning, nice, bright and early. And let's just say there was some troubles getting off the tee box, and so our front nine, as we made the turn, we were 22 minutes behind pace.
Okay.
So as we're coming up to 10, I had to run to the car, grab something real quick. We're coming back out.
What did you have to grab at the car?
Just had to grab a couple items out of the car. And so
new underwear
back to the 10th. No, not new underwear. No.
Okay.
I grabbed a hat. It was very sunny. Okay.
MAGA hat?
No.
A boathouse hat, of course.
Okay.
And so as we're getting to the 10th tee box, Ian says, I hope those guys have already teed off because we're running late. And sure enough, they had. And as we're pulling up, somebody from the pro shop comes out and goes, hey guys, are you enjoying the front nine? Or how was the front nine? Did you enjoy the round? We're like, yeah, everything's good. He goes, well, just FYI, we need to pick it up a little bit because as you can see, there's no one in front of you and we're kind of getting backed up.
Okay.
So, okay.
Busted.
Ian and I hit our tee shot. My tee shot goes left. Ian pipes one great shot. And as it happens, I turn around and Marcus has got a ball in his hand. And the guy's standing right there. And I go, hey, pick it up. Let's all go hit with Ian. Just play like a scramble for this hole, okay? Just let's all go hit. Apparently this irked Marcus the wrong way and was not happy. Did not finish the hole. Did not play the next couple holes. Both of us chirping back and forth.
Okay, hold on. I feel like we skipped over all the meat here. I need the meat on the chicken bone. So
what do you mean? I understand the story
he just
completely.
put his ball in his pocket and just went into the cart.
Yes.
He had
already he'd already teed off.
He'd already teed off. It was not a good golf shot. So he went to go
Shocker.
re-tee. And
Right.
Jeremy was
Correct.
like, listen, pace of play wise, let's just drop one up here.
Yeah. I got all
I
that.
have no problem with that
I
whatsoever.
would just say, what was the chirping between that to the cart? Like he said, he had to say, "Oh, I'm just fucking," like there had to be something said.
One of the comments was, I guess I just paid $100 to play 10 holes, and
Okay,
You guys paid $100 to play?
it was $90. Yeah.
fair point. Okay, and then you said, "Don't suck at golf."
I said, let's just pick it up. I said, I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking a drop and sitting next to Ian and hitting right next to Ian. No big deal. Let's just keep going. Let's keep it up. And
Okay.
then there was chirping here, chirping there. And yeah, it was just not fun. And then finally, about 3 holes later, we were getting ready to drive, and Marcus was sitting in the golf cart. So I picked out his driver and walked up and said, hey, why don't you go ahead and hit one here, bud? Let's continue playing. Okay. Let's get back. And we finished the round. Everything was okay. So, but there was a couple
that doesn't seem like the whole story here,
There was a
because the
couple
way
of
Ian
was a couple
Ian
of
made it
tense
sound like somebody was holding somebody back.
There wasn't that, but there was some words that were exchanged that I don't want to get too far into it, but there was some words exchanged and from
Will you
both
tell me
carts.
off stream?
Have you made drinks for him since?
I have not. I mean,
Service. Oh, it's all gonna go down at the service well.
has not gone on this. No, everything's
All
fine. Dapped up on Monday. Said, "What's up? Hey, how you doing?" You know, talked about the upcoming adventures of golf and the for his birthday that we're gonna have in May, and yeah, everything.
Oh, you're still invited?
Yeah, if I'm not in Chicago, I might be in Chicago that day. It's
in Chicago. What do you say?
It's Ryan Sandberg Day, possibly on that day that they're playing golf, and so I've got a ticket to go up there and get a Rhino bobblehead.
All
right. Well, listen. I hope you have an amazing birthday. I hope it's fantastic. I have to work, so hopefully I'll see you when I get out of work that night.
Absolutely. See you at church afterwards. Yeah, hopefully Orlando City wins tonight. They've got a U.S. Open Cup against FC Naples. They are in. They've already flown down to God's waiting room, and they're play tonight.
God's waiting room?
Yeah, Naples, Florida. That's God's waiting room.
Yeah.
The whole state of Florida is God's waiting room.
You ever been to Naples? That place is literally.
My parents live in Fort Myers.
For the newlywed or the nearly dead?
Exactly.
All right, that's going to do it for us today on the Uninformed Fan. Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets. Anything else to roll us off on? So we won't be back next week. When exactly is the NFL draft?
Thursday,
Thursday?
Saturday, Sunday. Yep.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. When do you get back, Jeff?
We can maybe do something next Thursday. I'll be back next Wednesday night.
Okay, so maybe possibly Thursday before the draft.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody.
I'm off for 8 days in a row, so
must be nice. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back next Thursday then, probably. A little pre-draft preview since we didn't do one today. We'll dive in. Who should the Bears target? Who should the Bucks target? Where is Jeremiah Love going to go? And is Fernando Mendoza going to be the number 1 pick? Rumors coming out of Las Vegas that people are making calls for the number 1 pick.
We didn't even touch on one of the biggest NFL stories as well, too.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini.
Man. Exactly.
Yeah.
We can last night.
We can. Oh, she did.
Yeah,
we can dive into that a little bit next week. But my biggest thing of that is that she has a vote for Coach of the Year. Who do you think she voted for, Jeff?
I don't think that they're actually hooking up.
Define hooking up.
I don't think that they have cheated on their spouses with each other.
Having sexual relations.
Well, the fact that they're holding hands, that's cheating, Jeff.
They weren't. Where were they holding hands at?
At the NFL meetings.
When he gave her a hug?
No, they have pictures of them
They have a
holding hands.
picture of them with their hands like this as they said hello. They said hello, and then he gave her. No,
Yeah,
that's
I-
not.
I
that's,
don't-
That's
Now,
no.
Jeremy, maybe
just-
I could follow along with you if you weren't on dial-up, okay? But the fact that your computer freezes every 2
That's a
seconds,
great face right there.
I can't keep up with it.
It's moving on
Um,
my end, so I don't know what you're seeing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's freezing on our end. It is what it is. I don't think obviously Vrabel's been with his wife for 25 years. Rossini, like everybody has grabbed these clips of her, saying stuff about her husband.
Yeah, that's bad, dude.
I disagree. I think it's healthy.
To basically call your husband a piece of shit?
It's all in jokingness.
Is it?
Yeah.
She seems pretty serious to me.
What are you
Like,
doing here?
it's
That
Only one here?
you think that is like
No,
that-
I'm asking.
That's the picture
This-
that everybody. Yeah.
yeah,
This is the one right here.
Yes.
yeah.
Well, hold on. I'm going to bring up a different one here.
I think it's all bullshit.
Absolutely.
Personally, but whatever. I just think it's
Well, I will say this.
I think she's
If
a
it's
sought after
not-
reporter, and I think the Athletic, they stood by her to start, and then they said, you know what, we're gonna suspend you
Well, as I got-
and open an investigation. And I think she felt some type of way about that because I'm sure as soon as she got suspended, other companies are gonna reach out to her and be like, yo, if you want to leave, we'll sign you right now.
So hold on. So this is it?
Yes.
That's it,
These
bro.
are the pictures?
That's it.
This the little poolside little thing here? And then
Supposedly,
what you
it's
don't
supposedly-
what you don't see in the pool pictures. There's 3 other coaches.
There's three
Right.
other people right around them.
Yeah.
But they
It's
just
not
took
like-
a picture of the two of them laying next to each other in the pool, and that's what's out there.
First of all, why is anybody? Well, I guess you got to. Yeah,
And then
actually, yeah.
this was
Why
taken
is
like
anybody else
at the
allowed?
same time.
Why is anybody else allowed? Like,
Here's
if
the-
this is an NFL thing. Follow the masters. No cell phones. No outside people.
So
Lock them out.
here's what happened. This is a private investigator that was hired by somebody. This PI takes these pictures. This PI shopped the pictures to every outlet that they could. Like was only asking $10,000 and TMZ wouldn't even buy them. They're like,
Well,
are-
let's do just a real quick dissection here because obviously I'm
And then-
I'm
and-
foremost
and then the-
authority.
what was it, the Post or the Times? Which one bought them? It was the New York Post and the New York
Well,
Times.
the Post
bought 'em.
owns the Atlantic.
Let me just
Okay,
put my
so-
extensive research here. Okay, this right here, this one here,
Yeah,
that's nothing.
that's
okay?
an ass
The re-
out hug to a woman. Look,
Yeah.
that is look,
Yeah,
look,
he-
that is ass out. That is
and
a-
her
a-
arms are only at half. If
Yep.
this was something, they'd be wrapped all the way around.
Yep, and that is
Now-
that is above the shoulder as well too. That is not below. That is
Looking away.
looking
ass
away.
out.
That is a respectable hug.
The poolside thing, that's absolutely nothing.
It's
Absolutely nothing.
ridiculous.
Now, this one, the one in the middle, that one is a little suspect. And the only reason I'm going to say that is you got the interlocking,
The interlocking
fingers.
fingers is a thing.
Look at the smile on her face. And she's looking down at his balls or his gut,
Oh,
one of the two.
Jesus.
Look right there. Yep. Straight view there. And
It
then
looks like her
look
eyes are
this-
closed to me, but
Exactly. And it's a big smile, like, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know.
And then
I-
his eyes as well closed, big smile. That one to me would be the only one that would even do anything. But again, this looks like the before here, and then this is the after. So I would think nothing of it. But this is the society we live in, right? We just love to get the gotcha moments. We love to call people out. We love to knock people down when they're at the peak, right? That's just
Can I-
what we love to do.
Yeah,
It's a
can I also
cesspool of a
say this
society.
too is that the two bottom pictures I feel like were the same interaction, right?
It
Where it's
is.
like when you see somebody and you give them a hug, or maybe you
Yeah, this was the
after you
first
give them
right
a
here.
hug, you grab their hands or whatever it is. Like that's like a simultaneous thing that they snap
Yeah.
two pictures of. And
Yeah,
making
this
it
is definitely
seem-
this is the initial, and then they went in for the hug.
Right.
That's the only thing there. Like, because when I see, I don't have a whole lot of female friends, but if I did see one, I don't go like this and interlock. I don't know about that. That's the only thing that might be a little bit suspect. But at the end of the day, give me a break, bro.
I agree.
Our society's cooked.
People are losing their jobs off this shit, dude. It's crazy.
We just love to cancel. We just
Yeah.
love to cancel people. We love to knock people down. We think that everybody's supposed to have this superiority complex and just be better. And like everybody's not a sinner, and like everybody doesn't do things wrong. Like this could be nothing wrong, but we're so thirsty to find people doing things wrong, to point a finger and say, "Got you." Like,
Yeah, I
give me
agree.
a break.
I don't know how we did an hour and 15 minutes today, but
Jeff, we could talk for days, my friend. Days. That's just the synergy that we have here at the Uninformed Fan. It's a shame that we're not in front of millions of people and on ESPN. ESPN, reach out. The DMs are open. We'll see what happens. Any errors, omissions? Kickball legend, anything to take us home with?
Good today. Looking forward to some
All right.
matchups for the playoffs. NHL hockey starting to play at one of the best times. Of the
Best
year.
Best playoff sport of all time, right there, Jeffrey. And I know you're getting sucked in. I know you started. Don't even play it like that. I know. You're going to be watching it. The Tampa Bay Lightning. What happened to the Florida Panthers? Back-to-back cups, and then all of a sudden, did they make the playoffs?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
No,
Like,
I've
what
already closed all my tabs.
Barkov was out all year.
Still, that's a fall from grace. Back-to-back cups and not even making the playoffs. I wouldn't know because the Blackhawks can't sniff it. That's going to do it for us today on the Uninformed Fan. I hope everybody has a great Wednesday. If you're into Formula One, check out Thomas Memorabilia. We're doing a break tonight. Until then, if you do drive over the next week, please, for the love of God, stay out of the left-hand lane.
Be great.